All right, welcome back. As we get started in Accounting 3010 this semester, it's time to talk syllabus. And so
Oh
these are the
boy.
course building blocks and how it happens. Again, this is Professor West, and I'm joined by the ever popular Professor Valentine.
Hey, hey, how are you?
So, Professor Valentine, tell me something about just how we get through this course. What are the logistics?
Hey, yeah. So the two of us, we are doing this co-teaching experiment, which worked out really well last semester. And we have three sections combined. You probably won't see all of us, both of us, in all these sections, but the philosophies are all completely the same. Everything else is completely the same. So we have a 2 o'clock section, the 3 o'clock and the online section exclusively at noon, roughly these times. Um, some of the professors have mentioned have set office hours, but we're not going to do that. Our time is very we mark ourselves very available to you. So just let us know, and we will Zoom with you at almost any time that you need. So we don't really have a set time for us. Just send us an email and we'll Zoom immediately.
One of the
So our
things
Zoom.
that's one last thing
Mhm.
is that since I am totally online and not on campus, being here in Austin, Texas, if you do need to text me, that's fine, but just put your name in there, okay? So I know who's texting me.
Right.
Um, so that would be really helpful. And I think both of us are probably available from about 8 in the morning till sometime, certainly not after 10. I know I'm in bed.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can catch us almost any
Is
time.
there a 10 p.m.? I didn't realize there was.
Yeah, that's true.
Just thought there was only 10
Yeah,
a.m.
I think Central Time. There's one Central Time.
Okay.
I did make one mistake in the Zoom links, but you can find them in our different syllabi. This is the one for my course,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
but make sure you realize that Canvas is our preferred language in
Hmm.
terms of how we communicate in the course. So, sorry about that, Professor Valentine. So,
No
tell us a little
problem.
bit about what our objectives are for the course.
So, keeping with the 6 bricks in a slab model, our learning objective is, managerial accounting, and that component, the things that we're going to focus on this semester, in order, going to going to have our cost, volume, profit, cost categories and estimation. That's going to be our first module. Cost, volume, profit. How does a change in sales or change in volume affect profits? Um,
Now
Cost
that's
flows, and
is that kind of the exam one? Those two bricks. Okay,
so
so that's
that's.
exam one.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then performance planning, assessment, and that's going to be our exam two, roughly. Performance planning, that's our budgeting section. Performance assessment, that's return on investment, and just how well can we evaluate each of our units. And our final two modules are going to be decision making and cost flows. Cost flows you've seen before, and decision making is kind of you know what do we do when should we make or buy a product, should we repair it or such, and that sort of thing. So that's going to be included on our final exam. We're not going to have it a separate exam for that, but that's going to be the new material on a comprehensive final exam.
Okay.
So it
So
looks it looks it looks kind of like we're jumping all over the place now, but it's going to flow very, very smoothly, trust me.
yeah, because this one is a bit of just an added piece that doesn't really fit very well in these
Right.
other items. So what we're trying to do is cover all the similar material at one time, and then bring this back at the end because it is a key piece of managerial accounting.
Correct.
So let's talk about the grading a little bit. Everybody wants to know about the grading.
Yeah.
What do you see in there that gets your attention, Professor Valentine?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me immediately was that we have two categories. We have our effort-based category and our achievement-based category. Now, most people are fixated on the achievement based, which is, this is the exam. This is the exam. This is how you're assessed. I have to do well, and you do have to do well on these. But these are points that you will earn, and the effort base is what we want. We're neither of us are into busy work at all. And so if you take the initiative and you do the effort based assessments, that will help you in turn do better on the achievement based assessments. And that's, again, that's 35% of your grade. So that's a huge cushion, a huge opportunity for you. And you should not leave, as I say often, you shouldn't leave that money on the table. And students tend to have a tendency to do that. I don't really understand. So the semester project, it has an achievement based component, but that's um, basically, if you we'll talk more about that as we go along. But as long as you don't mail it in, then you're fine. Discussion boards, participate in discussion boards, and the preview quizzes are so that we won't have to introduce a topic and explain it to you in the same day. So you do the preview quizzes, you've introduced a topic to yourself, we'll expand on it, and you'll be fine. So the effort-based achievement, 35%, easy money. Achievement-based assessment, that's where you get to tell us how much you know, our academic celebrations.
Oh, wait, that's not right.
Yeah, yeah. A little bit more than 100% that would be.
Oh, yeah. I knew I shouldn't have been an accountant.
Yeah.
So one last thing on this class involvement thing. We talked about you've got about 5% sitting up in here, but this is the thing that's really important to us because at the end of the day, I want you to ask this question of yourselves individually. Why will this class be better because of you? Okay. And ultimately, if you weren't in the class, what would we miss out on? What would I miss out on? What would Professor Valentine miss out on? You're going to bring something special. I don't know what it is. We don't know what it is yet. It will be revealed. But at the end of the day, uh, I hope you take the time and think about why you're making the class better. Go ahead.
And that goes to the idea of asking questions and participating. Don't sit in class. The worst thing you can do is sit in classes and have something go over your head and say, okay, I'll figure it out later when I study in my dormitory room. No, that's because if you as you've heard since third grade, if you have a question, half the class has the same question. So just ask the question. We'll see where it goes. That's where we get some of our richest discussions, from someone asking a question. So that's how you're making a class better.
That would be great. A couple of things about professional behavior. Anything you'd like to say about this one, Professor Valentine?
Yeah, the phone and the keeping your cameras on are the two that I focus on. Because it's very distracting for me. You think that okay, everyone has their back to me, so I'm okay. Well, no, I'm facing you, and it's really throws me off my game. And if it throws me off my game, then everyone else is going to suffer for that. Keeping your cameras on. What we've noticed last semester and the semester before that, when we started in the spring, the tendency is students who don't have their cameras on tend not to do as well in class. Why is that? There's a correlation there. I'll let you guys figure it out. But if you don't
Yeah.
have your cameras on, that sends a signal to us, and quantifiably, those students did not do as well as students who we saw every day.
One quick thing from my end. Bottom line question or comment that I make is don't distract the old guy. And it's easy to see if you're having conversations or you're not paying attention, or if you're still not out of bed yet. Um, by the time our classes start, you should not be in bed. So keep your cameras on. This one is a big deal for me. Come to class on time because I always have this fear that nobody's coming to my party. And all we want out of you every class period is 45 minutes. Give us your best 45 minutes on that particular day. May not be your greatest day, but give us the best you got on that particular day.
We're going to
Uh,
do the same.
yeah, we'll do it. And we'll have good days and bad days. Do you see any questions, Professor Valentine?
I do not.
You don't?
I do not.
Okay, then we must have explained it perfectly. All right, we'll talk to you again as we talk. Our next video will be about Canvas, I think. Talk to you soon.
See
Bye.
ya. Bye.